I don't know what your audience demographic is, but I think we should talk about some of the stuff that happened in between after I got hurt. So I was laying in the hospital bed before I got out of the hospital. I had to go to a bunch of rehab, right? So they moved me from California to Arizona and all these places. And at one point in Arizona, my family says, "What are you going to do, dude?" Another like hard question, life-altering moment. I go, "Well, I like two wheels. Like, can I start a bicycle shop?" They go, "Dude, you have no money. Like, quit dreaming so big. Like, get back to reality here. Like, you're hurt and you need to recover and you need something to make money." So I was like, okay, shit. Like, I really got to think about this. So the next day they go, "You're smart. Do you want, like, computers are becoming big. Do you want to get a computer job?" And I go, "You know what? At this point, I don't want any of that. So I don't care where you put me. Let's just do something that I'm going to be good at so I can get through it and get on to the next point in my life." Just like we talked about before.
Yeah.
Don't want school, just want to be a motocrosser. What's the next goal? So I ended up going and getting tested for what I would be good at a college. And the supervisors and the everybody said I was a really logical thinker, good at math, could process stuff quickly. I would be good at computers. So again, I hated school so much. I went to school for 10 hours a day and on weekends and got my computer science degree in 2.5 years.
Wow.
And I did that because I didn't want to go to school anymore. During that whole time, I was in a wheelchair or using what's called Canadian crutches. They're like forearm crutches to be able to get through school. So not only was it torturous for me mentally to go to school because I didn't like it,
Right.
it was also a massive hurt for my body, but it was also rehab. There was also positive things coming out of it. I'm moving forward in my life. I'm
That's
moving
cool.
forward in my rehab. I'm meeting people. I'm having fun. I'm doing all these things. I'm learning all these things.
Kind of got outside a little bit.
Yeah, and I guess even outside my box a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all of these new things that I'm learning, but now I have a tool and a toolbox to be able to go achieve other goals. Since I didn't want to go work for, let's just say, a computer software company, I didn't want to go work for Dell or IBM or anybody, I still had the dreams of being around the action sports industry. So I said, all right, if I graduate quick enough, my girlfriend at the time, I said, "Would you like to move to Southern California?" She said, "Sure." So as soon as I got out of school, we saved up a little bit of money, moved to Southern California. I moved to Oceanside and started looking for jobs. I couldn't find any very good jobs, and one day I heard from my buddy that Spy Optic, that makes sunglasses,
Yeah.
had an opening for a part-time network administrator. So I went in there, and first week I worked 60 hours part-time, right?
Yeah. Jeez. I know how
So
that is.
I thought to myself, all right, maybe I can do something with this computer degree that I have that's not just wearing a pocket protector. Like, I can go associate with people that are like-minded.
Right.
So I only worked at Spy for a year, but during that time I learned a lot. I learned a lot about business, corporations, IPOs, like all kinds of different business transactions,
wow.
everything. Because I'm the computer guy, I have access to everything. And I also learned a lot about the people. I learned that people really accept you when you're just nice. It doesn't matter if you have a disability.
Mm-hmm.
If you're nice, you do something for them. And they all had the same mindset as I did. Outdoorsy, want to go have fun, so I made good friends there. Some of them I still talk to this day. And after about a year or so, I kind of hit that ceiling again. I said, man, I really need to do something for me. So I went out and I was like, all right, I'm going to start my own business. See if I can start, building some stuff. And I started working on website stuff for not only Spy, but I started working on it for a company called Atticus. And Atticus was a company that was owned by Mark and Tom from Blink-82. And so I started working and building their stuff, and some of my friends worked over there. And as it went, I probably worked for them for 3 years or so. And I got other clients during that time. their music clients and just started building websites. And I had my own little business going, right? So it was pretty cool to be able to have that. And I was able to go from just helping them build websites to being a partner of Mark and Tom's and their business manager, John, in their business. In college, while I was doing my research paper, I did it on a company called loserkids.com. No pun intended, but
Yeah.
loserkids.com was like Zoomies or Pacific Sunwear where they sell clothes, but they just did it online. And with a marketing machine like Mark and Tom, like it's easy because they just sell whatever they wear on the weekend, they sell out of the next day, right? And I thought, okay, cool. That was a good research paper. You know, forward 8 years or whatever it was later, they're one of my clients. I'm working for them. I'm helping them build their side businesses. And I thought, okay, well, you know what? Maybe I'll take another step, a leap of faith, if you will. They offered to buy my business from me. And I said, sure, let's do it. You guys are fun to work with. I worked with you this whole time. Let me just organize my clients and get everything ready to be passed over. So organized all of them, and they made me the president of loserkids.com. How full circle is that, dude?
What a trip.
I couldn't believe it. And the only reason I wrote it, my research paper on loserkids.com, was because I liked Blink-182 in college, dude.
That's awesome.
So, not going into numbers or anything, but when they made me president of loserkids.com, we still had a couple people. We had 2 employees. We had other people that were distributors and all these partners, right? So the 2-employee thing is not really the main thing here. But the first year I started working with them, it was $1 million company. And we have all of these people that we have to pay out. By the end of 5 years, it was 6 times that with the same amount of employees, just other distribution partners and things like that. It wasn't just because of me. It was because of all of the stuff that we did with everybody else. And this is exactly what I tell you that I learned going through all this racing stuff, understanding what people had to do in these other companies and living the life that I had before this. Because now I knew that all of these people on the outside, the distribution partners, the marketing teams, and most importantly, Mark and Tom themselves, are doing this to show other people what they want. You know, they're helping other people. So those were the big catalysts to drive those sales. We were just the backbone. So all of that showed me what a team can do. And it doesn't just have to be your internal team. It doesn't have to be your family. It can be 1 million people around you.
Right.
You just have to give everybody the opportunity to be what they're good at. Mark and Tom would have sucked working on the computer, but they were fantastic at stringing the guitar, right?
Yeah.
So let them do their deal. And it worked out so great. During that time, they spawned off 4 or 5 more businesses because of it. That business supported other little entities that came up. They had a company called Really Likeable People, and it had 5 divisions underneath it. They had a production company, shoe company, apparel company, online distribution. All of these things merged together because they had a good team, people that were passionate and people that saw the same vision as I did. And it was awesome to see that. And that taught me so many different things. It taught me that you can think outside the box. You don't have to wear the pocket protector. Everybody just has to be in their place doing a good job.
People are everything, man.
Dude, you know that just as well as I do. It's so cool to see.